This facility in the Parisian suburb of Yvelines recycles metal waste. Every day, more than 1,000 tons of materials are placed on this conveyor belt. They are then crushed into scrap metal that is used by steel companies. But just over a year ago, a fire broke out on this site. 67 firefighters were called in to bring it under control. Last summer, another fire broke out, this time in a shed where the crushed waste is stored.
The fire was initially sparked on the pile of metal waste, and then it quickly spread. It burned all the belts, the motors, all the electric panels. Everything was destroyed. In terms of cost, the fire represented about 75,000 euros of damage.
The cause of the fires at these recycling sites? Lithium-ion batteries that power many of our electronic devices. When crushed, they can easily catch fire, as this scientific experiment shows. But how do lithium batteries end up in recycling sites in the first place? We went to a waste disposal centre a few kilometres away to find out. Visitors are expected to sort through their waste.
In this particular room, we store all the small appliances. We combine everything that's electronic and electrical.
Lithium-ion batteries are everywhere. In just a few minutes, we found them in a Hoover, a computer, an old telephone, a remote control, an epilator, and an electronic cigarette. When the batteries aren't disposed of properly at the end of their useful life, that's when they become dangerous. But by that point, it's often too late for staff to intervene.
You cannot take it out by hand. It's forbidden. If we can remove it, we do. But if not, we leave it.
And that's how the tiny and unpredictable firebombs end up in recycling centres.
Here, as you can see, we have a 25-ton load that has just arrived. And so you can imagine that a small lithium battery that is only a few centimeters long and a few hundred grams is impossible to find.
On this site, a fire is reported every week. To limit the damage, the company has installed smoke detectors, alarm systems and thermal cameras. 2 people are in charge of monitoring the images 24 hours a day.
We can see that at the bottom of the pile on the left, the temperature is rising. As long as it doesn't reach 65 degrees, we don't worry about it.
You know what they say, in the first few minutes all you need is a glass of water, then it's a bucket, and then it's a fire truck. So what we want is to detect the fire as soon as it starts so we can intervene and control it immediately.
Insurance companies now refuse to cover recycling sites because of the amount of fires that take place on them. Staff at the sites have been calling on public authorities to provide better information to users and to ensure greater traceability of lithium batteries, which are increasingly present in our daily lives.